Your mom.
Hi. Hey
Mom?
everyone. Mom,
Hello.
is that you? Uh
Stepmom.
Hi.
Stepmom.
Welcome to another episode of The Forsaken, episode 97. We were so glad to have all of chat here and so glad to have all the players here. You are the best.
Yeah,
Dan, please stop
yeah.
looking at your stethoscope, at your telescope, please. Just
Expose the doctor porn.
Oh, if only we could film that. Oh,
Your
that'd be very
stethoscope.
different.
I
isn't
mean, yeah.
it? The doctor will see you now.
We are glad to be here. Let me start off with a summary from last week's episode. Our adventurers regrouped as they waited for a mysterious ship to arrive to shore. Kazil took the time to not only look around with his Shiga telescope, seeing some interesting... Cue the telescope, Dan! Seeing some interesting things out in the water, but to also sit down with the party and go over some items that he's had in his satchel for a long time, including a strange metal box. Meanwhile, Juniper found out that the wooden box she found is a folding boat, and Rhaenyra learned a new spell. All the while, Ingot prayed to the Great One for forgiveness. With some magical maneuvering, Kazil and Rhaenyra managed to open the metal box, revealing a heart that had long since ceased functioning, and a mental image and a name only revealed to Kazil. Afterwards, the boat arrived, and someone with it who had a very familiar name and a very familiar animal accompanying them. It was Magdalene, the female gnome Ren had searched for, and Max. They find out that Ren is okay, but had went back to Osbergen to help his family. He left his family behind. Happy to see them, Magdalene agrees to sell them to the Northern Crown. But what will await them there? Find out by watching tonight, right now.
TPK, that's what happens. None of us know how to swim, except Judy.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Nice.
One of us will be transmorphed into a whale, and we know where that story goes. So,
I'm getting up, y'all. So I'm getting some music going. So give me one second.
Okay.
Did you really phrase it with "you're getting up"?
I did.
Okay, I was just processing. Like I don't want to joke and have it not be that,
Nope,
and then be like,
that's it. That was it, Dan.
You know?
That was it.
Yeah, you heard it right.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
nice.
Well, I will wait until another moment. Okay. So just to give y'all some scene setting. So you just stepped onto Magdalene's boat. We'll say that it's just starting to depart from shore. She showed you, well, first, before it started departing, she showed you the upper deck as well as the second deck below. And she said there's a kind of a second below deck that that's where that there are some rooms down there as well as some storage. But mostly the rooms are on that first below deck level. Everything is super cozy. Even the top deck, which you wouldn't expect to see like on a ship, like there are little like benches with cushions. Everything just has this very like, there are little like, half-used candles sitting, and even on the top deck there's like a little bookshelf. So it seems like this ship doesn't seem, especially Juniper, you would probably like look at this and be like, it doesn't seem like you're doing much sailing with this ship, because I've never seen like these accommodations, and if you're actually sailing for a long time, those wouldn't be there. But, it seems lived in. You've only seen, even going on the top deck and on the deck below, you have only seen Magdalene, who again is a gnome, female, presenting with this kind of wavy brown hair, chestnut brown hair that kind of goes about chin length, maybe a little bit below. Vibrant green eyes. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by Dan trying on different glasses down there.
Yellow film on it's bothering me.
Yeah. She has very vibrant green eyes, a little rosiness to her cheeks. dressed in just typical kind of traveling wear, greens, browns, that sort of thing. And Mags is with her, following very closely, but seems pretty amiable to everyone here, very friendly. And he doesn't come up to you like, I think I mentioned that Max wagged her tail when she saw you on the island. She doesn't seem put off by any of you, I guess, very at ease around everyone. As I said, I think I mentioned that you've only seen Magdalene, although she's mentioned servants, she's mentioned people, a crew. You haven't seen them, or any sign of them. She did mention that since the crew is only used to her sailing on the boat and the crew itself, that there may need to be someone that would help in the kitchen, which I think Kazil volunteered for. And then also that we might need some help kind of cleaning up since there are more people on the ship than usual. I would assume that she probably would have also, which I don't think that I told you until after stream last week, that she would have also imparted to you that it would be a 3 to 4 day journey, depending on weather and depending on navigation and that sort of thing. She would have said that she's, boated this course many times. So she knows where she's going, but the seas are a little tricky in this area, and can bring up some surprises. Yeah, I mean, she seems generally friendly, and just to sort of like make yourselves at home. Top deck and the first deck down, again on the first below deck, that's where all the extra rooms are. She's told you just to pick one. There's enough of them for each of you to have your own. I think a couple of you had went into your rooms already, and they were not very big, but cozy and comfy. Having like this kind of interesting contraption in each room that allowed for kind of a small heater to be placed if needed. And then you would have noticed, like, kind of coming upon the ship, that there are little like pipes kind of going out to allow it to vent. Glad I don't have that open yet. Yeah. So, and also I would have mentioned that on the top deck and the first deck down, you would have also seen, of course, I said books, as well as some games kind of out, like your just regular like tables set up for Dragon Ante, dice games, as well as something that you would, kind of as players, accustomed to like checkers, or chess. Oh, and again, it was nighttime. For those, since Melissa wasn't here last week, it is nighttime. You were on the island until dark hit, and then that's when Magdalene's ship arrived and brought you one. She also said that for Melissa mostly that Ren is okay. He just had to go back to Osbergen and left Mags with her to help his family, which he said was something about the oncoming Bugbear army, but that they were getting conflicting reports because at one point it was the Bugbear army are closing in on them and they had to relocate from the town, from Ren's town, and then all of a sudden they were also getting reports from other family members that the Bugbears had mysteriously disappeared. Like, they weren't seeing them as much. We weren't seeing them as much or hardly at all. But people were still turning up missing, not only in their village but in others. And they were still finding people dead. And again, Pixrin picked up a spider's egg in the spider's den a few episodes ago. So you do have that in your pouch, Pixrin. Just make yourselves at home. Glad to have you here. It'd be nice to have company on the ship ride back. As I said, I should be okay, but sometimes It's just the nature of dim glimpse. Sometimes things are different, or sometimes we'll pass by something weird floating in the water, and I passed by a floating bed once that has some gold in it. That was interesting. And then other times, you'll just be careful, I guess. If you see anything weird, if you want to ask me first, that'd be fine. But I mean, it's your prerogative. If you see something and you want to explore it, then just let me know and we can stop. I don't mind to.
I'll look around at like the spider egg hanging out of Pixrin's bag and just like scanning everyone with all their weird stuff. Wait, if I see anything weird, I'll let you know. After cooking that meal, though, I'm heading to bed myself. That was
Well, that's right, because you'll create a pretty big meal for everyone before we stopped last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I hope to see you all in the morning. I need a rest. Hey, good night.
Sure. Good night.
Excuse myself. Thank you.
I say that Magdalene will like sit down to a book. Yeah, that's right, because you notice that as you were cooking that things were getting like cleaned up around you. And you'll notice that, having dinner at the table, that any of you that get up and start leaving, or like as Kazil got up and started leaving, his plate and his silverware and his cup seems to kind of lift off the table and just kind of float into the kitchen area.
I've seen a lot of ships, but I think I like this one best. This would save a lot of time and filth. Those boys. Even though Junie is like can't stop her tail from wagging and clearly wants to explore, she is exhausted. So she will happily take some of Kazil's meal and then go find her bunk next to wherever, if she can see where Durbal's sleeping, maybe across the hall. But if not, she'll just pick one.
Durble hasn't picked a room yet.
Then she'll just go really slow as she's walking to pick her room, just in case.
Magdalene will kind of look at y'all a little awkwardly and just kind of like sit down somewhere on your below deck on that first level, and just kind of sit down somewhere in this kind of like cushion chair and pull a book off the shelf and just kind of start flipping through it.
Before Durble would go to bed, he'd probably just sit somewhere above deck and just kind of like look out and just kind of like pet Tulip and just, he's still like thinking about and calculate like what it means that Shanad is safe, and he's still just unpacking that, and so he's just kind of sitting on the top deck, just
okay. Yeah. At one point, you're sitting there, Gerbil, and you notice you hear kind of like a scrubbing sound, and you look behind you, and there's like a broom kind of sweeping the deck there, and going across.
If it acts like Gerbils is the way he's gonna get up. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe
sorry.
at one point it will be like, just kind of stop.
He'll get up and like kind of step out of its way, and
It will kind of sweep around you, and then kind of move on.
sit
Make
back down.
a perception check, Gerbil.
Ooh. 8.
Okay. You would notice that the sky seems to be filled with these bright colors that you've never seen, maybe only back at now you found out the name from Magdalene as the Mold Witch. Only place you've really seen this before. I will say that you see stars in the sky, but they where they're getting comfortable. You see stars in the
Because he
sky.
was asleep.
Hmm. But they seem different. They move. Kind of not just flicker, but just kind of flit about. Yeah.
And we haven't seen stars before in Dimlet since we've been here.
I think you've maybe seen them in a couple of places, but they weren't like this. They didn't move like this.
Okay.
And also, of course, just to also scene set, I pointed this out at the Mold Witch at the island, but you see that the sea it has this kind of eerie bluish green glow to it. Would you be looking at all over into the water? Well, you rolled a piss poor perception check, so you wouldn't see it anyway.
Yes, no, he's
You do see the glow. I will say, since you saw, I pointed out the glow before, you'll see the glow and also those lights in the distance that are kind of dancing, like right on top of the water. There are these kind of bowls of light that seem to be almost chasing each other.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say after about an hour, if he starts, when he starts getting drowsy, he'll go and just pick a room,
Okay.
an empty room.
Oh, terrible. Oh,
My night's
totally
ruined.
respecting
Oh,
company.
You see,
Get
walk
some
into
pajamas.
Kaziel's room naked.
Except for some stuffed animal.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Blind.
Yeah, Tegan will find an empty room,
Okay.
settle
Same.
down, sit cross-legged, and fall into a meditative trance for 4 hours.
Okay. What is Pixtrang going to do? Is she going to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, there's family stuff going on
Are you okay? So
unexpectedly.
Pixtrang finds a room and starts, goes to sleep. Zavar, what are you doing?
Who was it that was looking out at the stars earlier? Was it Sherble?
Yes, Gerbil went out to the went to the top deck.
Yeah. I might have gone to the top deck as well at the same time. I would have left him alone, and then just gone to bed after that.
Okay. Anything you want to role play with Gerbil? Did you say that you talked to him a little, or
No, I would not have.
you
I
would
would've
not
just-
have? Okay.
I would have just given him his
You would have noticed the same thing on the deck, and also probably on the first level of below deck that you see like the brooms and things being cleaned up, but you don't see any people, just the items floating. Juniper, were you going to bed? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we've got 3 to 4 days at sea, she can temper herself
Okay.
and go to sleep early.
I would say that as you're going, Magdalene would see you kind of get up, since you're probably, I'm going to just assume the last one, and be like, oh, well, good night. And you'll see her kind of go to the end of the hall where it has kind of painted on a wooden slab, Magdalene, another slab that says Mags, kind of added to it, nailed into the door. And you'll hear a lock.
Hmm.
So, Kaziel, did you have something?
I set my internal alarm to go off.
Hmm.
About 5 hours or so after I went to sleep. So I'd like to wake up if I may.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
There we go.
Mhm.
Pretty up. Ta-da.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go and try my idea was that I was trying to listen to where people went as they went to sleep, footfall wise. So I'd
Okay.
like to try and find out which room Tegan went to, and go to that as my. I'm gonna go to the room that I think is Tegan's. Whatever I need to do. For
Did you
that,
say
of
you were
course.
sleeping for 5 hours?
Well, 4, I guess. I want to
4.
get. It'd be like 4 or 5 hours after everyone else went
And
to
then
bed.
while you were sleeping, you wanted to try and keep an ear out to see, like, or while you were.
I stayed awake in the bedroom
Oh, okay.
until I heard people go listening to
Oh,
footfalls.
okay.
for
I get you.
Tegan's,
Well, make
and
a
I'm like,
perception check for me, please.
Okay.
You waited in the nude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dick, press up against the door.
God.
Nice. Jeez. It's like a listening glass. All right. What is that's 12.
Yeah,
plus,
Gerbil's checking doorknobs. Oop, that's not a doorknob.
Yeah.
Gerbil cuts off his hand.
Oh.
I'll get a hook.
12 plus 10, 22.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that you're able to you're able to probably hear more of like someone will be like, okay, good night. And then you'll hear a door open and close and kind of be able to tell possibly where that would be.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go to the door that I think is Tegan's as quietly as I can. In fact, I'm even casting let me see which one this is. It doesn't have to be that one because that's only 1 minute. I'm casting I can't cast that higher one anyway because I don't have the spell slot back yet.
Oh no.
I cast invisibility. It's fine. I cast invisibility on myself. I'm not
Okay.
doing anything to break it. So,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna stealthily.
Could you
And go over
roll
to
a d20 for me with advantage?
Okay.
Just to make sure you got the right door.
Gotcha. Now 17.
Okay. Yeah, I would say that you okay, so you are invisible.
Mhm.
But that doesn't make you stealthier, so give me a stealth check for me. Right?
I mean, it makes you stealthier by sight, but not by sound.
Right.
So there's still it
Yeah.
typically,
Are you trying
you
to be
advantage,
like
but-
quiet besides
Mhm.
the okay, so make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Nice. All right, that's an 11 plus.
Be very, very
6,
quiet.
So 17.
What is your passive perception, Tegan?
17.
Okay. And you trance, right?
Yes.
How long does
4
that
hours.
last?
4.
4. Intentionally, my internal alarm was to wait until his thing was done. Actually.
Okay. All right.
So
So
it'd
do
be
you
a little
think that you
after
would
the
be so
alarm.
it's been like 4 hours, Tegan. So would you be up? Would you wake up as soon get up out of like be up in your room?
You up?
Yeah. Yeah. I usually,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm awake.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So Tegan, I would say with your passive, you're able to hear probably the doorknob turn a bit and see Kazil start to.
Oh.
Well, no, you won't
Sorry,
see
I'm not
Kazil, but you would.
opening it yet.
Oh, you're not opening it yet.
I'm
Okay.
just going up to the door. Mhm.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I misunderstood
Mhm.
that. Okay.
No, that's okay. Yep. So I'm heading up. I just want to be stealthy through the hallway.
Oh, sure. Yeah. You're good.
Mhm. And where is it? I'm so sorry. I had a spell for this. I'm going to go, assuming there's like a sliver below or above or on the side of the door. So I'm going to
Probably below.
Well, okay. So I'll get down and I'm going to cast my mage hand under the door so it doesn't show up in the hallway.
Okay.
And so inside the room would be a very visible mage hand. It's just gonna wave and be and like point to the door.
Okay, Tegan, you see this.
That leaves about 2 people. Oh, well, what the heck? All right.
Washing.
He will still, just as a precautionary, unsheath the dagger and just have it behind his back. And then with his left hand, he will. What's the proper way of doing this so you don't get bum rushed?
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Dagger first.
All right.
Yeah, sort of like opens the door off to the side.
Okay.
So
Get a
he's
bucket
not,
of water on top
he's
of the
not
door.
standing behind the door because that's how you get bum rushed. So
Unless
You
you
will,
want your bum to be rushed.
that's true. That's today's not today.
We haven't had the well, I guess he's had his long rest, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, he'll open the door like halfway, just enough
Okay.
so he could pivot around the door if he sees something hostile,
All right. Let's see.
and just peer out and see what he sees.
I'm gonna remain invisible, but on the part of the door that was in the hallway that you swung open, I'm just going to use prestidigitation to make some small marks appear that spell out it's me, Kazeel. And,
He's
and
gonna
then
say,
they'll disappear.
"Who's me?"
Yeah. Right, Kazeel, yeah. And may I come in?
They'll just sort of like, okay, sure, and I'll back away from the door.
Okay. I'll come in and I'll quietly close and shut the door. And just watch Tegan to make sure that doesn't alarm him.
He'll sheath. If I see the door closed, and I'm like, well, I still don't see Kazeel. So yeah, my right hand will still be behind my back.
Nice, yeah. As soon as the door closes, I'll drop invisibility.
Okay.
Um,
As he does that, I will sheathe the dagger.
and I'm going to just gesture for like ink and quill, like. To see
Okay.
if you have any.
I will. Yeah, I will dig into my bag and give him something to write on.
Okay. First thing I'll write is we need to do this written. We can't speak a word of this. I didn't know who to trust with this information. But you were the first person I thought of. Slide the paper over to you.
Okay. And I'm expecting a DM, I assume.
Nice.
Paper
Actually,
says you just lost the game.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I will DM you real quick, like in case anyone has any sleep stuff. I guess I'll be quick about it. I promise.
Okay.
Before Renarius goes to bed, he'll
Sure.
cast Leomund's Tiny Hut because he's paranoid.
Okay. All right. Do you need you need a certain amount of space for that?
How big are these rooms?
I would say probably the rooms are like not very big. Probably like maybe 10 by 20.
Yeah, I can work
plenty.
with that.
Oh yeah, you can do 10-foot radius. Okay. All right. You succeed.
Wait,
What?
a 10-foot radius would be 20 by 20.
Oh, from you. Yeah.
All right, never mind.
Okay.
I'll chance it in
Okay.
this very safe location.
Oh goodness. Juniper. Juniper, you have some really intense dreams about your ship, about not the folding boat ship that you got, but about the ship that you sold.
Failed.
Yes, all
Sailed.
those years.
The
Sail. Yeah,
Heart stealer.
the Heart Stealer. You have, yeah, it's just kind of, it's kind of one of those nights where like you'll have a dream about one thing and it just kind of turns into just you being on the Heart Stealer in the storm, and you hear people yelling below deck, but no matter how you try to like go towards them and try to open the door and get to them, you can't. Either the
God.
dream stops and it starts into another one, or it continues for a little bit as you try to open the door and cannot, and the storm just keeps raging, and like a wave will come over and splash you, and you'll kind of just move on to the next dream or wake up. So it's a very fitful night of sleep for you.
So nightmares.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, yeah. And her happy little bubble is now popped.
And
She's gonna wake up very, very sad the next morning.
when you wake up, either sometime during the night, you'll hear kind of something kind of whisper into your ear. You miss it, don't you?
Ooh, I need some water. Yes. I've been saying that since we got here, and it's a nice ship. It's better. I mean, it's not better than the Heart Stealer, but it's a very nice ship. I'll give it that.
It is very nice, very fresh.
Probably less blood.
Probably. Might be the
Yeah.
closest thing you get to the Heart Stealer in quite some time. Maybe.
Except the steering wheel. Steering wheel's still there. 3 days, huh? That's it. Been in hell for 3 weeks. You get 3 days on a ship. That's fair. That checks out.
You've only seen,
Sorry.
one person, right?
Yeah. Yes. I didn't notice.
Easily
just-
succumbed,
Yeah.
if need be.
It is a nice ship. I mean,
It is. It's a very nice ship. But then
I don't
also
know.
there was the library, right? That
Yeah.
offered your old ship back to you or something.
Something. I mean, it's gone. It's gone. And not even library can bring that back. I'm not.
How are you sure? You've heard about how powerful they are.
She still laying down, or is she pacing?
Whatever you
like-
want to do.
Okay. Yeah, she's
This just
Yeah.
happens at one of the times you wake up during the night.
okay. Just clopping across back and forth, kind of with the sway of the ship.
You have options, Junie. You don't have to live in misery. Remembering a ship or a time that is long gone, you can make it anew. Maybe the library has the power to take you back to those times.
Maybe.
I do have
Maybe.
those time devices or whatever they are. A lot of possibilities.
Wondered. I mean, why does everyone else get to use them? Well, they didn't lose everything. They didn't.
Sure.
I mean,
I think
what
you
makes
lost a bit more than some. Maybe most.
I'm sure it's just the ocean. I'm sure it's just bringing back. I gotta. I'm gonna go for a walk.
You do that. I'll be right here.
Mm.
And you'll kind of feel kind of a slight breeze in this closed room. And the voice is gone.
Mm. Yeah, she'll get up and go up on above deck.
Okay. We'll
No,
say
no
that
one's-
happens after. We'll go back to Kazeel and Tegan.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Nope, I was just gonna ask if you write back or if you speak, or that's where I put a pin in it there to see if you
Okay.
wanted to, Mhm.
If there, I'm assuming in these, from the description of the rooms, there's probably 1 or 2 chairs in the room.
Yeah, there's the bed and then there's a chair. Small desk. It's very comfy chair. Very comfy beds.
Okay, we'll do it that way. Tegan will sit on the bed and point to the chair for Kazeel
See,
and just fold up the note. Well, shit.
Hey. I don't really know what to do. I knew it wasn't my decision to make alone. Double knows. Now you know. I figured you've always been good at figuring out tricky situations. So
This is a heavy burden. I guess, I don't know, we keep an eye on things now and just, but eventually need to share with the others.
I keep getting torn between you say something that might set something in motion, might tip the scales, might activate something. You don't need to say anything, and maybe we miss a chance to help.
Nib it in the bud. I think the way, maybe continue to do it with the others. And when everything is, then we as a group, we can decide how to proceed. But thank you for.
Okay.
Tegan will think off for a minute and then sort of look at Kazeel. You really don't remember anything.
I wish I did. It would probably be very helpful right now.
It's just, God, that's horrible. To live all those years and not be able to remember a day of it.
Okay. I have bloody kin. A wee bairn. Well, now a grown man, and I don't even remember anything about him. Raising him, nothing. And in here somewhere, answers that we need.
I don't know if that's a box we want to open.
I do like who I am now. The first me seems like a bit of an arse, so
Well, I mean, we all have connections to this, unbeknownst to us until, we were told.
right.
So we're all sort of like, there's got to be something that we don't know about that is keeping us alive.
Aye. Aye. There's something looking out for us for sure.
Or something that I don't know. Maybe we as a group alone can do.
I do work together fairly well somehow.
I still think we need improvement, me included.
I listen, Tegan, I have to say too, I know I hurt people when I left. And I've spent centuries with engaging with other people, nobles at grand functions, shopkeeps. Well, I can talk them down, no problem. Plenty of things I've done through routine so many times. I'm very good at it. But traveling with people that get to know me, that I get to know, and making real friendships, I just don't have any experience with that I can remember anyway. And I feel like I left a bad taste in people's mouths, and I was thinking very much in the way I had for centuries. It's just me, and there's a problem, and I have to go pursue it. And it felt like I had to go right then, or lose the trail. But spending more time with everyone and seeing how tightly woven we are together, it's helped me see that not a good way, not something that friends do to one another. So I apologize for leaving as it did.
I can understand, and just understand from my point of view that in my business, somebody disappearing like that and running off is all kinds of warning signs and bells and suspicions arise. So that's just the reason I reacted the way I reacted. So
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I mean, I've got the scars to prove it.
Well, I can completely understand that. I didn't even think of that.
You tend to sleep with your back against the wall a lot of.
I heard a wee bit about what you went through with your sister. I'm sorry about that you had to go through that. It's a different world than what I know. I'll no more disappearing acts, I promise.
And agreed. And I think with this, I think, we're on a good footing.
I'll keep on in it, Tegan. I will.
I'll try to keep the arrows out from your direction.
That scared the shite out of me, but it was more than the skill. Impressive as always.
Gotta take a chance sometimes.
Hey. Do you think I should tell everyone? Just go around and tell everyone then?
I feel I understand why you're asking, and it is a difficult situation. So yeah, continue with, I guess, the way you've been handling it.
Right. I guess once everyone knows, I'll call a meeting for the ultimate question.
Yes.
All right.
We do have an ace in our pocket. I mean, I still have it in the bag of holding in case something goes awry, but I dare think what we do or what happens when it is used.
Right. Let's hope it doesn't even come to that.
Doesn't come to that. Yeah, maybe we can head it off at the pass.
Right. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Tegan. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I'll stand and offer his hand.
Should do the same then. Pat on the side of the forearm. All right. I think I'll just take the week and try and find opportune moments to tell the go round, so as not to announce it aloud. But I'll update you as I tell people, so you know who knows, as I know.
Okay.
All right. touch my shoulder, cast invisibility again, and head out the door and back to bed for tonight.
Okay. All right. Are you going to sleep, Kazil?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish my grass for sure.
Cool. So Juniper, I would say it was after that meeting and after Kazil going back that you wake up and you had your conversation and you went for a walk. Anywhere specific that you're going?
Just to look out at the sea. Just up to the deck but no, not looking for anyone in particular, just to be
Okay.
out from her claustrophobic room and
Okay.
away from her dreams.
It's super silent. As you walk through the ship, you don't even hear any like brooms rustling or anything moving around. It seems like everything's gone to sleep.
Never known a crew not to have a few snorers. I don't trust it. Jesus. Listening. Anyone from our party snoring?
I mean, I could see Gerbil snoring.
Yes, gerbil
Yeah.
stories. Gerbil stories.
So you pass by one room and you hear probably a familiar. I mean, I'm sure you've heard Gerbil snore before. So I'm sure it's a familiar.
Yeah.
She's intimately familiar
I'm
with.
very familiar with this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um,
She can't hear any of the other supposed crew snoring, but
No.
at least hearing Gerbil a little comforting, calms her down a little. Something tells me Renarius would snore like crazy, but whatever. Make up for all that we don't hear from him during the day.
Yeah.
But
And no.
yeah. Yeah, she'll kind of pause when she can hear him snoring, and she'll pause outside of the door for a minute, and not so long to be creepy, just just remember where she is, and then she'll go up to out and just look at the ocean, see if there's a moon she can see, or I don't know if there's multiple moons here. I don't know how this plane works. She just assumes she's in hell, so probably no
Oh,
moon.
I know I've said before, but I don't think I have it. I'd have to fly back into my notes to say.
Okay.
I'm not sure that I've said that y'all have seen a moon while you've been here.
Yeah.
But
Right.
just
make-
just Kazil's.
Yeah.
right, just Kazil's moon.
Nice.
Did you
Nice.
head up to
That
so
dumpy.
you're heading up to the top deck, correct?
Yeah.
It is silent up here as well, except for the sea, of course.
Mhm.
You do hear this kind of like a light squeaking of the captain's wheel being turned.
Okay.
No one standing there. So up at the top deck, are you going to like the
Yes.
ship names?
Yeah.
Going to look
Oh.
over the deck into the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wants to do something to sort of calm herself down and
Make a perception check for me, please.
okay. Let's see here. 1 second. Get to my come on. Perception. Wow. Well, that's a natural 1 for a 7.
Ooh,
The sea. It's the
Yeah.
sea, Juniper.
It's-
You notice that glow, kind of that greenish blue glow coming off of the sea. You can't really. Looks a little murky. It's hard to see into the sea to see if there's anything in the
I
sea.
can't see in the sea. I see. Okay.
And you do see, because since I pointed out before, those kind of orbs kind of like in the far distance chasing after each other, just right on top of the water. Like almost like large glowing fireflies, they kind of flit about like that. Sky has those that variety of color to it that makes
Mhm.
it so magnificent looking. That is all you got.
Yeah, so just lean on the railing or whatnot.
Okay.
And just I mean, she wants to make sure she gets enough sleep to have her spells back. But she'll wait until she feels tired again, and if everything else about this whole place wasn't so terrible, it might not be bad to be a captain on these strange seas.
Mm.
You do feel
But,
a slight breeze.
Oh. Hmm. But it's not. I can't. And she's just gonna pace and then go back down, find her bunk.
Pass
and-
by Gerbil's door, hear the snoring again.
Yeah. Might walk a little slower,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, have
He
a
has sleep
hair
apnea.
You
ball?
think
real bad.
Oh,
Gerbil needs a sleep apnea machine?
Yeah.
It's just an arcade like tube. Just,
Yeah.
Is there a healer on board?
That's secretly why Rodarius cast water breathing on everybody
Yeah.
to help Gerbil
Yeah,
sleep
to help
apnea.
Gerbil sleep so he doesn't drown himself. Mhm.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah.
All
Damn
right.
it.
Yeah.
All right. So you go back to bed, Juniper, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
I will say that, and Tegan, are you doing anything after you woke up? After, because Kazil leaves, I mean.
Yeah, he would probably go up on deck and just, for lack of anything else, to just curious as to how the ship is sailing, and because the whole deal with the ship cleaning itself up has got him a little intrigued. So he's just sort of looking around. It's like, how is this thing operating?
Yeah. Okay. So you are you kind of investigating?
Just observing more,
Okay.
keenly observing.
Well, make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. $17.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find this is what happens when I take notes like this, just completely haphazardly. Yeah, you notice things are getting done. You notice that, there's no one, I would say probably towards after a couple of hours, you'll start to see another kind of like broom come across the top deck, or below on the first level, the below deck. You kind of see like a little bit of dusting happening without anyone holding the cloth. It seems like the ship's being taken care of and it's being manned, but you can't see them.
If he sees a broom or something going by, he's going to like wave his hand over the top of the broom to see if there's like any presence or bodily thing, or is it just operating on its own?
Just slap a servant.
Not hard, just like
Thank you.
sort of like, is there anything there?
Let me take a look here.
I mean, this is something naturally you would do. You see a broom operating on its own. It's like, what the heck is this?
Have you never seen Fantasia?
I've seen it.
Or Encanto. Yeah, you don't feel anything.
Okay. Just take
Just
it all
goes
in.
through air. If you hit the broom, like I will say the broom will stop when you do that, and then will kind of like move over a few feet and then start sweeping again.
Okay.
It's
This
a
is
Roomba.
definitely. See a cat riding on the next broom.
It's Blackberry.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, he'll just. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's not too much like break of dawn. You'll probably, breakfast will probably start. You'll start hearing some sounds from the kitchen. And would be too long after that until Magdalene would start getting up.
Okay.
I will say, Kazil, you can go back to bed. You fall asleep pretty quickly because you're tired. It's been a long time. It's been a long day. Dragon, you up?
Oh, let me just. I'm part dragon.
I know we just saw each other like 5 minutes ago, but I was thinking about you.
Yeah, nice. Oh.
Focus. So, Kazil, you have a dream where you're in this small boat on the sea. Very familiar looking to the sea that you've been around for the past few, couple of days. From the island and from the sea that you're sailing on now. Not the same type of boat that you're on now, but a smaller boat, about big enough to hold about 4 people. And you're just kind of drifting. It's very misty, extremely misty. You can't see very far. Visibility is low. The sea is relatively calm. And you hear like the splashing of oars a little bit a ways. Not coming from your boat, but somewhere near. Just gonna kind of wait there.
Oh, is like a question?
Yeah,
Or were you just,
I mean, you have.
okay.
Yeah, you.
Well, I'm gonna look and see. Is there anyone in my boat with me
Nope,
first?
it's just you.
Okay, I'll try and use my sonar effect or the sonar to see if I can tell which direction they're coming from.
Seems like it's coming. Well, I mean, you can't really tell like north, south, east, or west here. But it is coming towards you. But not directly towards you, but kind of off to the side.
Okay.
And if you wait a couple of minutes, you can see. Oh, were you going to do something?
I'm just gonna lay low in the boat.
Okay. All right. So you
I
get
keep
down to the
watch.
boat. There is enough room in the floor in the bottom part that you can kind of get down. Get
Just
down.
keep my head in.
Okay.
Down.
And you see the beginning of a boat, but about your size, about your boat size, I mean. Kind of not coming again directly towards you, but kind of parallel toward, to you, probably about 20 feet away, 25. And as it front of the boat kind of breaks through the mist, and then it moves forward some more, and you start seeing a figure. And then you start to be able to make out the features of that figure. And it's Wilhelm. Sitting down the boat, rowing the oars. Not furiously, but pretty succinctly, not taking any breaks, just rowing with purpose past you. Still keeping pretty perpendicular, so but not really looking around.
Wilhelm. Will.
Doesn't look at you.
Prestidigitation. Little fireworks between, the space between us. Wilhelm.
Doesn't look. Just keeps rowing. When you look down at your boat, you do see 2 oars in there as well.
Yep, I'll follow. Spin the boat around
Okay.
quickly as I can.
Okay. Are you trying to catch up with his boat or just rowing in the
Yes.
same direction?
Trying to catch up to his boat, pull up alongside him if I can.
Are you just rowing?
Let's see. I think that I will use. Am I at that level?
Oh.
I got a couple of things. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to quickly check this spell. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're all level
I-
11 now.
Right. I think I can. I feel like I can do flying with polymorph. Which is
I will trust whatever you say with that.
Oh, I guess polymorph doesn't have a thing like that's wild shape.
Hmm.
The new form can be any beast. So whatever flying beast I
flying
can think
beast.
of that's fast, eagle, something like that. I'm just gonna take off, fly, and land in his boat and shift back to me.
Okay.
Or
All right.
attempt to. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. I would say some kind of hawk that you've seen.
Hmm.
I don't know of anything much faster that probably wouldn't be out of your range, like a dragon or something. You know.
Okay. Mhm.
Jeez. You're able to get over there. Land in the boat. Polymorph
Oh.
back. He seems to kind of hear something and just keeps rowing. Just kind of looking past you. Looks very
Oh.
Make a perception check. Kazeel.
7 plus 10, 17.
Okay. There are some cuts and bruises on him. You
All right. Mhm.
can see, I'm trying to think of how the 17. Yeah, so there's some cuts and bruises. His wrists look all scratched up for some reason. Clothes are a bit dirty. Looks like he's had a run of it. But he
Okay.
keeps kind of looking past you with these kind of very determined, little wild eyes, but very familiar. I mean, not too much different than what you've seen before, because he does have that kind of spirit about him. In fact, as he's rowing, he'll just kind of like, okay, I have to remember the exact formula, the eye and the sand. Wilhelm, don't forget this. Don't forget about it. Maybe they can get me. Maybe they can give me some help there. He just keeps rowing.
Cast dominate person on him.
Oh shit.
I gotta snap out of this. It's a wisdom saving throw of 18. I'm just in a panic almost
Sure.
messing up my somatic components and shit, just trying to get this spell out while I'm
He did beat it.
okay.
I will say, let me see here. Jesus. Okay. I will say that he it's Jesus. Surprise.
On the water.
On the
water.
I will say
Happy
that
Easter.
he'll stop rowing as you can sense that fail.
Mm.
He stops rowing for a moment and
Okay. Well, fuck. I cast another spell, Modify Memory.
Okay, friend. All right. I
Uh-huh,
got you.
It's my son.
I
It's a
know, I know.
wisdom saving throw this time, or that might be the same. Wisdom saving throw 18.
I'll just give you the benefit. Okay. He made it.
Okay.
He beat it by like 1. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. All right.
Um.
I'll just keep yelling his name then until
Okay.
whatever happens.
But why don't
happens.
you? I know that you're rolling so shit for him. Except when I need to make those those saves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you make a persuasion check for me, please?
That I can probably do.
Okay.
Oh, natural 20 plus
Oh, bless.
14 for a 34.
You'll see him kind of. It's an interesting feeling because eyes of someone in front of you, eyes kind of looking through you, and then refocusing to you.
Well,
Kazil.
hi.
What are you doing? What? And he suddenly looks very alarmed. And he'll kind of like start dropping the oars and scooch back a bit.
It's all right, son. Here.
I don't understand. Your trick. It must be a trick from them.
No,
I have to get there,
oh.
and he'll start picking up the oars again, and almost in a rush, almost forcefully, and start rowing.
Okay. Where do you have to go, son? I'm here. I know you a bit better, and I've learned some information. Just had a battle with the library, and I'm here. Just briefly, I think. Am I aware this is a dream, or am I thinking like just confused and I don't know why I'm here?
Well, make an intelligence check for me.
Something I probably can't do. A 9.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is a dream, Kazil? But it seems oddly like you're able to get through to him.
Gotcha. I'm not sure how I got here. If this is just a dream or if it's real. I haven't seen you in so long, and I learned after that you're my son. And seeing you here, I had to try and reach out to you. You look hurt. Are you all right? Are you safe right now?
How did you get that information? What all you just said? How did you?
That was in a battle with the library. They tried to convince us that the folks I'm traveling with and I that
He'll
we
reach
should
out and grab your wrist.
Yeah, I'll let him pull it.
You survived. You battled the library and survived.
Barely. It was a dragon. It's a crystal dragon that I guess in one of my past iterations of me gave them a safe place to nest, and they were part of helping us out of that dilemma.
You hear a squeal on the horizon, like a squirrel's not the right word, Stephanie. Like
Do I recognize this particular squeal?
It's a pig.
It's a
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Rowing a boat.
you hear like a I cannot find the word for this. You hear
Just
like
go squeal.
a
Screech.
screech. That's it. That's it. Thank
Ah.
you. I was like, it's an S word. Damn it. You hear a screech on the horizon. Thank you, Jonathan. Kaziel. And it just kind of seems far away, but very loud, and echoes. Kind of seems to bounce through the mist. And Wilhelm pulls his eyes from you and looks towards in the direction that's coming from. They're gonna be after me. I have to go
To help you go. Where are you going?
to the island. To the wizards.
The bright ones.
No, I've haven't been able to get there. No, I'm going to the wizards. And suddenly, the mist parts and this huge creature breaks through, towering above the mist. And Wilhelm will look at it completely frightened and look back at you. And then you wake up, Kaziel.
Oh. Do I remember most of this, or is
Yeah,
it
you
fading
remember
as
it.
a
You remember it.
heck? Hey, all right. We'll just get up and start getting ready for the day.
Okay.
Gonna go help make breakfast.
Okay. All right. So as we start the morning, and I'll go to each of you to see what you're up to. Yeah, Kaziel, you get to the kitchen and everything's spick and spotless from yesterday, and you're able to get you're able to start food. You find things almost being put on the counter before you even think to get them. Typical breakfast food and spices. And let's go ahead and just call an early break here, and then we'll come back and start the day. All right. So for
Bye.
those watching, we take a 10-minute bio break. So stay tuned, stay where you're at, or go and take a bio break as well and get some snacks, something to drink. We'll be right back. All right. See you
Okay.
soon.
Mm,
Mics are hot.
so hot.
I cannot stop eating today. That's hot. I can't. So
Me too.
snacky.
I ate so much today.
Like as soon as gaming starts, I just stuff my face. I'm like nervous eating over here. I'm like, I'm on a ship, and there's boats, there's water, shit's happening, and I'm so hungry. I don't know.
Oh, you meant
Kaziel's cooking.
Woo!
I have the most massive headache. I need to get new headphones from the store. I
Yeah,
want
like
a
too
brick to
tight?
my face. Sorry, chat, but I want a brick to my face right now.
Oh, you poor thing. Oh, I like the hat. That's
Yeah. All right.
Okay, catch you shortly. Alright. I think I can do that without messing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go find out.
Playing with fire.
Okay.
Oh, we still have alcohol left.
Hey.
Hey. Wah, 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 wah. Okay.
Get that out now. Oh, we got raided.
Welcome, Raiders. Hi.
And what great
Sorry.
timing for them to do so.
Hello.
Hopefully some of you are still here.
We're just waiting for
Yeah.
friends to get back.
No offense.
And
The end.
All right, Steph. I think I was last. So hopefully that didn't mess you up. But please let me know if I messed up the camera signal.
Dan! No, I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure you're fine.
Yeah.
Because you were last.
You can
So
yeah.
last.
Dead last.
Save the best for last.
yes.
So many juicy things happening tonight.
It's a great
I'm sorry.
It's getting hot in here.
Amazing.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
A classic. Is that a golden
Absolutely.
oldie yet?
No.
Listen,
Isn't it
Frank.
wild that
We got
like
a long time to go.
it's 25 years, I think, isn't it? It's like 90s music right now.
Yeah,
It's golden
Frank.
oldies.
Dan,
wild.
Gosh, you're
I'm
mad.
sorry. I heard it like a few years ago. I'm like,
you're right.
kidding me. This is
You're
an
right.
Early 90s all-star.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Lion King is closer to the moon landing than to now.
Oh no.
Something like that.
That's rough.
I do not like that
That's
statistic.
real rough.
Jeez.
That makes me that hits me even worse.
Speaking of rough, look at
Yes.
my AirPod case.
Oh my god! Did you get that
What is
today?
that?
That's so cool.
It's an AirPod case for
Oh my-
the guy
That
who had
looks
the
like a
AirPods.
corgi or something.
Yeah, Lily found it. There's little. I'll show you the other puppies another time, but
That's adorable.
I love it! Oh my god,
I got
Dan.
as a backup a little
Dan!
dinosaur.
No! I love it!
Okay, perfect. So sorry.
Perfection. Perfection.
Well, let me just.
What do you...
Sorry, Lily reminded me. So puppy charges in the butt, so that's
Oh.
an A+.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
And Daniel was
Porky butt.
helping me pick these out, and he's like, it charges in the butt. I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
And then we got Dino
Yeah.
that charges.
Oh,
He's
nice.
like, that doesn't charge in the butt, does it? He says to me laughing, like, no.
Daniel.
Very
Nope.
astute, Daniel.
I love it. I love it.
Anyways, Raiders, I hope you're still here.
Yeah.
Hi, Ray. Oops.
not
Hi.
seeing
All right,
what we're
let's
talking about
let's
at
bring
all.
ourselves back. Let's bring ourselves back. Hi,
Okay, yes, ma'am.
hello.
Okay.
Yes, chef.
Mhm.
Reel
Yes,
it in. Okay, we're good. Ooh, Melissa has some fruit. It's good.
Fruity. I
Um,
love it.
Okay, so
I am
it
a little
is-
fruity.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yay,
I don't think
fruity.
that y'all. I remember the number that I rolled. Did everyone roll inspiration?
Oh shit! No, I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up at the
10.
I
top.
mean, I did, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, listen,
18.
sir.
I got 10.
Up at the
I
top.
did not roll
You're
earlier.
gonna have to. You're gonna have to tell
What
me
was?
what it
I'm
was.
looking at it.
Okay.
What?
I'm
What?
looking at it.
What did
yeah.
you roll?
What?
I
No.
can read it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Do you want to pick us and then we can tell you?
Yes,
Because I keep not wanting to
Juniper.
say.
What did you roll for inspiration?
18.
Okay, Gerbil.
2.
Okay, Zavar.
6.
Tegan.
9.
Pixrid. I was gonna call you Melissa.
It's okay. 15.
Okay. Renerius.
14.
And what did you get again, Kazeel? 10?
10.
It was a 6. So Zavar gets it. Perfect.
On the nosy.
On the nose.
Excellent.
Small miracles.
Yes.
I hope Michelle's warm over there.
I am. In fact, I'm going to turn my space heater on right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope it
Okay.
doesn't blow a circuit.
Oh, nice. No.
I
I
never
will-
wanted to be a
I will
circuit more in my
kill
life.
all of you. Oh.
Well, I mean, there's only 2 people you could reach in time.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Nice. Oh, it's so many games.
I'm closer to the stairs. I'm out.
So many?
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into our game here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it is morning time. Tegan, you've been up for a bit. Was able to see, kind of the chores around the ship being fulfilled. You are up to see Kazeel come out of his room and kind of get to making breakfast. And then everyone else. Is there anything specific that anyone wants to do? By the time the rest of you get up, I would say, right, Kazeel, breakfast would be out on the table, ready to go. What are you thinking? I mean, there's a bunch of different things that you can make.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got to have some baked stuff. We've got to have some like bacon for sure. Some meats,
Okay.
Gotta make
and
some breakfast
eggs, some
vegetables in honor of
Yeah.
Ren.
No.
Yeah, we need some
well,
breakfast
I will.
vegetables.
Whatever. Damn, what are effing breakfast vegetables? I think they were carrots before.
Hash
I
browns.
don't- Thank you. Hash browns, crispy, double fried. Hash
I don't
browns.
think that's what Ren
Uh-huh.
would count as.
Yeah, I think this is
breakfast
like green
vegetables.
beans and like.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
I'll have a little mixed porridge, some British style there too.
Okay.
Everything. Just since everything's here, I'm just gonna make all the stuff.
Sure.
Come on, I'll eat it.
Make a
With-
performance
with
check.
some
'cause
baked
you'll
tasty
just-
treats too. for
Okay,
picking.
well make that performance check.
Eclairs. And stuff. Okay. All right. All right. Well, I rolled a 12, but my performance is a
You have-
plus 14.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
I have
know.
expertise in that extra thing with bards. which-
So if everyone goes out to the table, there is plenty to eat. Kazeel has made quite the spread, and so pretty
what he
much
does.
anything that you want to go after, you can there. Does anyone have anything specific that they're doing in the morning besides eating, going to breakfast?
Probably casting water breathing again. Refresh that.
Okay.
Nice.
And we are on a boat.
The one time, yeah, it's like, oh, I guess
Yes.
it
I would say
counts.
Magdalene would have gotten up and greeted each of you as you got up as well and went to the table. She
Ooh.
would have ate some breakfast. This is really good, Kazil. You have helped a lot. Thank you.
Least I can do for your kindness and generosity.
It's better than anything I could do. I can't cook anything. That's why I have, these, do it.
Hi, it's marvelous. It helps. Couldn't you do this without that? I think that's.
Yeah, it's, thank you.
nice. Well, what
It's a
is
special
that?
secret.
Oh, I'll have to pry some other time.
Sure.
Maybe over a fine cup of coffee. I make. Oh,
And dessert?
sold. To be.
You make me some coffee and dessert, and I will tell you the secret of the ship and its crew.
Tell you
Kind
me.
of chuckle and eat a bit. So, did everyone sleep okay last night? Was there any problems?
Just interesting watching the brooms and everything take care of the ship.
I use this ship to sail back and forth in between Maldwich and a couple other places, and I like to keep it comfortable and as clean as possible. I would never be able to do just regular sailing life. I like my comforts, I guess. But I also like the woods and like being out of them.
Oh,
That's one thing that me and
really?
Ren share.
did you grow up in the woods?
Well, I grew up here in the woods in Doomglimt, yes. And then
It's magical.
I always found the woods in the plane, in the material plane, especially
Hmm.
interesting, different,
Right.
quieter, kind of magically at least.
Say.
And well, that's where I met Ren. So
Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. Oh, I slept well, but I had a very vivid dream. Anyone else have any disconcerting dreams?
Surprisingly, no.
I dreamt that my bottle was empty. Yeah, that was disturbing.
We'll have to fix that, Savara.
Oh, trust me, I
Just
intend
pour
to
it
look
some-
around. Yeah.
oh yes, there's a bar, and she'll kind of point to a small little bar there on the
Ah,
below,
excellent, I
first
was-
below deck. Mhm.
I was a little apprehensive to ask because I know that you've already provided us so much hospitality. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Just if you, I'm not sure how much you take in a day, but if you take in a lot, just be sure to, if you can, to restock whenever we get into. That might be a little difficult. So what brought the group of you together?
Oh,
Bad luck.
how much time do you have?
Good luck.
Man.
And those are the two that's only been here like a few days.
Yeah.
Been a few weeks.
You seem like you work together okay as a team.
Sure.
We
Sure.
survived.
Yeah.
Sure.
We
I would
survived.
say Ingrid's there at the table too. I don't want to forget
God.
about her. And so
Yeah.
she's just been eating and hasn't been kind of answering that many questions.
Awkward.
As one of the newest members of this gang of friends of sorts, I've been felt very welcome. So yeah, I think that we must work well together since I'm still here, and so far everyone is still alive.
Glad to hear it.
Lost.
Have you ran across that many things that have threatened your lives?
Lance and Inga,
Yeah,
and
sure.
then back around the table.
Man, let me see
Y'all
what she
just
says.
silent
That.
there.
Hey, Inga, kind of there was I don't really know how your head's feeling today, but there's some news. I don't know if you partake to help ease that and more, but I can get you some if you're ailing.
Oh, let's see what she's doing. It's not really that it's gotten any better. I've just gotten kind of more used to it, you know? Thousands of
Right.
voices screaming into my head all at one time. But yeah, probably some booze would help, I would say.
I'll top you off. You
Thank
need
you.
some more? Top the glass. I got you. Oh,
Thank you, Kazoo.
please. I get
Got any
you.
Baileys for that coffee?
Nice, nice. And I'm just gonna keep her topped off for the morning.
She will drink at least 2 glasses for it.
Is there coffee?
Oh yeah, there's
I'll get
coffee.
Zavar too, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah,
Good
right,
enough,
right,
thanks.
Kazil, you make coffee, right? Kazil always makes coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he makes the best coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's the one that introduced it to our group. And
Juniper, you've never
Yeah,
had
okay.
you've never had coffee this good.
Yeah, I know. She looks like something the cat dragged in this morning, but she's grumbling and going straight for the coffee, sitting down next to Zavar. And then, just listening.
Magdalene looks at you. You look. Did you sleep okay? Juniper, right? That was your name.
Mhm. I normally get my best sleep on a ship, and it's been a while since I've been at sea, and I guess I just brought back too many memories. So
You've done some ship work. What have you spent a lot of time on a ship?
She just drinks her coffee. Yes, before I found myself here on this plane, and before I found these friends, I spent most of my time on ships. Not like this, nothing like this. I've never. This is a castle compared to my Heartstealer, but yeah.
Heartstealer, what a name.
It was an all-satyr crew, and well, what else are you gonna name a ship full of satyrs? But that was a long time ago. Yeah, I guess I thought everything would sort of go back to the way it was once I got on the ocean and aboard a ship, and it just never goes back, does it? I'm sorry. She's just gonna just drink this coffee like it's her tears.
There are some that I've spoken to in the Northern Crown that sailed on the sea, either on this one or out of this demi-plane. I can't say that I really understand, but it just sounds sad. There are a lot of shipwrecks here, surprisingly, from the war. Some of it took place out on the sea here, so.
Oh, how are we gonna be? I mean, are they just left there? Do we pass them or?
Yeah, I
Is it-
mean, I don't think that there's any on the course, like directly under the course that I usually take, but they are out there. Sometimes you'll see
Mm,
remnants of them.
mm.
Is that what the
Sometimes,
glows are?
what?
Is that what the glows are under the water?
Oh,
The dead.
yes. Well, yeah, the dead. That's part of the mages. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed the skeletons in the water.
Junie's gonna hold her coffee cup wherever Zavar is. Eh. Thank you.
They fill the ocean for the most part.
Oh God.
So yeah, the lights on the sea that you see at nighttime, that's them. And the ones that are left, the story is that it's the good and the bad still fighting each other.
Oh,
Still kind of, yeah. I'm sorry, I think that I'm upsetting you. I'm not meaning to. It's just kind of a way of life here.
oh God. I didn't think I could hate this place more. She's gonna get up and go.
I'm sorry, Juniper. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. It's just I had enough for breakfast.
Magdi won't look around at the others. I hope I didn't mean to upset. Should I mean to upset her?
I don't think it was you. I think it's just being in this plane.
I guess you just get used to it after a while.
Hmm.
Wasn't always like this, I guess.
It wasn't. Is that before the war?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was, I've heard, was different too, but I mean, before the past, I guess, couple of years.
The library's doing.
But so what was it like a couple of years ago? I mean, obviously you freely traveled to the material plane and
You still had, of course, the bones in the ocean because that's from the Mage War, but there probably weren't as many. And well, I mean, you've traveled, right? Dim glimpsed some, a little bit.
yeah.
How many cities did you come across?
I mean, technically, just the altar, unless Barnscombe is considered a city as well.
Everything's invisible or missing.
But I guess city-wise, just the altar.
Chances are you didn't see any graveyards or anything either, right?
I mean, I forget what it's called. We did pass through the you got hot. What was it called? The
Station?
Oh, the spire, the with the waves of heat.
The
yes,
slaughter
and you
glade,
saw the slaughter glade. Yeah,
Aye.
that fun
the
place.
pillars.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, that's kind of like a graveyard.
Yes, but from the Mage War. This is from the graves that I'm talking about are from a more recent friends.
What is it the library did recently? Did they just go out destroying things and taking away people?
How long did you travel in England?
Uh,
How many
how long
days?
have we been here? Hey, just days.
Gosh.
3.
Uh, we've been here probably 2 weeks. It's been
Yeah.
2-3 weeks, surely. Because we spent a few days in getting to the altar. Then we spent
Yeah.
a few days getting from the
Oh,
altar to
keeps.
Rakoth.
wherever.
Maybe a
to
week, a
Rakoth.
little over a week.
And
Yeah.
you've only
And then we spent a couple days in the library.
only the altar was the biggest city that you came across.
Yes, it was.
Traveling for a week and a half. 5 years ago, you would have ran into. It's hard to say, maybe at least 3, 4, 5 cities.
It have to be stopped.
Does Ingot does she respond at all to hearing about the cities just being gone?
No, she's.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, Ingot's going to excuse herself. I think I'm full. I'm gonna go and walk off some of this alcohol. Kind of hiccup.
Like, when you say that there are more cities, like, I mean, like I don't believe we saw ruins. I mean, there's the rifts that are all over the place.
Right, which is partially, I think they're doing. No, the rebel was taken care of. Either sending it somewhere else or by sending it at somewhere else. The shore that we're going to be landing on at the Northern Crown. We used to live just off the shore, not too far. Just because the sea, and it was easy to get to the docks and to row out. About maybe not even a year ago, we started, I think, out of frustration of them not being able to get to us because of our defense system. They started just kind of magicking pieces of the cities to the shore. Rebel dead bodies, just sending them to us, and one after another, driving us further inland until pretty much we're now on the other side of the island.
They would be teleporting entire cities
Yes.
to your shores.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're in ruins by the time that they get to us because not only of what they've done, but also just usually what will happen is the first time people were outside and they noticed just shadows appearing on the ground. Large shadows. They had, I don't know how they were doing it, but they had teleported the city. Rebel the city itself, uh, feet off of the ground. And so, it had some room to fall before it got to us, and by the time that it got to the ground, it was complete rubble. We lost about half of the people in the Northern Crown that day, so we didn't expect it. And then from then on out, it happened more frequently, pieces here and there, bodies, and until we've just kind of tried to move away from it. I think that we're finally in a small enough area where we can protect ourselves pretty well, but there were a lot more of us. That happened.
Does your are you able to work against them that much, or is it just the principle of just them just knowing you're there?
We're mostly protected. They hadn't been able to get to us until, well, they still can't. It's just that they're finding other ways to drive down the numbers.
Hate to ask, but is the rubble, is it cities from Dim Glimpse? Or is it foreign? Does it look like it's from the Prime or elsewhere?
It's hard to tell because a lot of the cities on Dim Glimpse were built by people originally from the Prime. So there's a lot of similarities, I think, from what I understand. I know that I would kind of draw pictures and sketches for Ren, and he would comment that it looked like something from the material plane here and there. So I'm not sure. But I know it's a lot from Dim Glimpse.
What did the cities here that are no longer here, what did they do? Did they just the entire city just oppose the library and they're just wiped out? Or
I mean, maybe. But I know a lot of it was just, you have a lot of mages and Dim Glimpse. I mean, mostly everyone does some sort of magic that has lived here long enough. So it's for, from what I understand, sacrifice. They want their god brought back. And I think the more, I don't know, they're coming to a sort of conclusion, it seems. They seem to be ramping up the efforts the past couple years. So I wouldn't put it past them to do anything if they thought that it would bring the Great One back.
I don't understand.
Seems insane. They're sacrificing their own. I mean, are they willingly? These cities
And
willingly
they're taking the strong,
Hmm.
convincing the strong to join them.
Ah,
And then the rest are sheep.
hmm. Yeah, we sort of assumed or led to believe that the total devastation was from the original Mage Wars way back when.
They
But-
did do a lot of destruction. As far as I understand, I wasn't around for them, but
Obviously, yeah.
but you know, things rebuild. Some things weren't touched. I don't know how many with each city. I mean, I know that you'll see it when we get closer to shore in a few days. We've tried sending the bodies that come in from the cities, from the rubble. We've tried sending them out to sea and burning them. It's hard to keep up with that. And I don't know. I mean, we've had a lot, but I think that they've taken quite a few. Convinced them, captured them maybe? I don't know. They need power. And I think the ones that we're getting in with the cities are the ones that aren't powerful. Or the ones that don't have any... Dimglund was pretty divided in some parts anyways, of those who worshipped the Great One and others who didn't. The reach was pretty wide, so I'm sure a lot of people went willingly, just because of obligation or family, or because of their own beliefs. I don't know.
So the Northern Crown is this last holding ground of the Seine, I guess.
I mean, there could be others. From what I understand, years and years ago, this was one. But this one was a bit special. But there are others, I think. I don't know if you look at a map of Dimglund, there are islands off to kind of each side. The Estace is in the middle, so their reach only goes so far. So I think I've heard, at least, of maybe a couple other places on the far reaches that are safe havens for those who want to stay safe, but also don't want to worship the Great One or the library. At least I hope
Do you
so.
want to close on this map? No. Put the map out.
Yeah. Let me
Just
open
where
up
you think it they are.
let me open up a map here. Yeah. I think the Azurgarten up to the top right. Northeast. I think that might be one.
Right.
And then of course the Samara at the southeast.
Alright.
I believe this is a bit of a rumor. I'm not really sure that some of the mountains in the south in the furnace.
Ooh.
You also have the Southern Crown, but that's kind of... I don't know where they stand anymore. So,
Oh, let's see. Well, thank you.
of course,
It's good to know there's other places.
of course.
If you don't mind me asking, um, since there's such a divide with people following the Great One, I guess why do you not, other than, I mean, the obvious killing and genocide, but
What are you asking?
I mean, is there a specific reason beyond the, obvious horrendous crimes that they are doing why you don't like worship the Great One? If so many here do.
She'll kind of look around at the group of you. I guess I was just told not to. We in the Northern Crown have pretty good reason to believe that the Great One if the Great One is brought back, that it will only destroy. Further, maybe not just what's left of this plane, but maybe even the material plane, or maybe once we get to the Northern Crown, they can explain it better to you, Triple. Sorry.
No, it's not. I mean, frankly, it's not you and your belief. I don't understand. I was just asking if I could try to grasp what they believe, what they see in the Great One that makes all this
I would say
worth it.
power is one of them.
But even power means nothing if there's nothing left. I mean,
But doesn't every... I mean, there are some of them. As you said, they've taken the strong and they've convinced them. There are quite a few that still worship the Great One, and they've been spared, as far as I know. I think they think the rest of us don't deserve to live. That's the only thing that I can come up with. It's difficult, as a lot of, I guess, old traditions are, right? Great One's been worshipped here for generations, since the beginning of Dimglint. Well, a little bit after, I think, or I don't remember. History's a bit muddled, but I think once you find out a few things in the Northern Crown, once we get there, that you'll have more questions answered, hopefully. Can I
Thank you, Bubba.
ask why the group of you don't worship the Great One?
Just killing bloody innocent people left and right by the thousands or more. That's enough for me. Go back to eating.
For for me personally, I up until recently, I most likely wouldn't have cared as long as it didn't affect me. You know? But then they seduced and stole a little girl from her mother who is vulnerable, and then we rescued her, and then they did it again. And frankly, that's all I needed. Because there's just too much. I just don't. Up until recently, I always thought bugbears simple. Like I said, like you said, power. People just want power. Bugbears just want things. They want to be the biggest ones in the room. But I don't see the purpose of it all anymore. And when you're getting rid of cities and people just because, not even because the Great One's telling you to do so, just because the Great One's asleep, then this might wake him up. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of new to the faith thing in general, so
Magdalene
don't
will
know.
reach over and kind of put her hand on yours, Dribble. It's okay. I think that we'll get him, right? I think we have to.
I mean, we already know their overall plan's pretty flawed, right? Look at everybody. Because they all hinge on us.
Right. That's amazing. Hiccup.
Yeah, I'm not from here, so that's why I don't worship the damn thing.
Understandable.
I mean, up until a couple of months ago, we were all just going
Oof.
about. Ooh, what was that?
Sorry.
Is that a sea
You
monster?
opened the
Yeah.
drink. I was trying to do it so quietly. I'm so sorry.
Failed.
Got microphones,
Yeah,
Dan.
I should have just muted. Yeah. Sorry.
We were all just going about our, up until then, abnormal lives. I mean, and then
This
we're
is
what?
abnormal.
Yeah. Just then we get to get summoned together, which is now strikes Tegan as a little suspicious of Ollie. Get called together for a simple job, which of course we botched magnificently.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And through the course of the next couple of months, we found out we were a big part of this mystery of the library and trying to raise, it's all very confusing and disturbing and unsettling that to find out that, what you thought was just going about your daily business was now you're part of this big grand scheme that others are planning for you.
What do you mean?
I don't want anything planned for me.
I know, neither did I thought, but
Isn't that why we're kind of doing all this a little bit?
a little bit, but it turns out that the library has known about us for a while.
Hmm. Did you drop something, Magdalene?
I just dropped something on the floor. Excuse me.
Oh, of course. Magdalene, has all this talk about waking up this deity, but I've never heard a whisper about who or how who put it to sleep in the first place, or how. Any tales about that?
Why can't he just wake up his damn self? Up donuts in her face and just chug her 6 cup of coffee.
But I mean, for real, how great is he if he can't wake up?
And the fact that you got to kill all these people and whoever, and it just for the simple fact of just waking up, like, wake up.
It seems a bit excessive. It just,
Dramatic.
yeah.
Well, I do know that they were put to sleep. It was put to sleep. By some pretty powerful people at the time. And, well, much less sleep and more like a magical slumber, and was placed where no one could find it. Well, I mean, it was placed where no one could find it by the library. And they were told of a time when they could awaken the creature again. And it appears that time is now.
The people that locked it away also told them when and how to wake it back up.
Why'd they put it to sleep in the first place? What'd it do? The same damn thing?
It was
Why is that playing
desiring
so loud?
too much power. And was not aware of what it was doing.
Was there something
Or
else?
it was aware of what it was doing. It just, I think it's more that the people who were in charge of it weren't really aware of what it was doing.
But it wasn't a library's founders.
I had handlers.
It had handlers, yes. I don't know who they were.
Insight check.
Beat me to it.
Insight check. Yep. Let's
Sure.
all do insight.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
If
I
ever.
actually,
Oh shit.
I keep forgetting Gerbil needs to insight more people because I have proficiency in it. So,
Oh, nice. 29.
doesn't matter. It's an 8.
Boom, shakalaka, laka, boom. Dirty
Natural
20.
2 plus 6.
Natural 1.
Dirty 20.
Oh, poor
Okay.
Darius.
Natural
Anyone-
one
Darius
for-
really likes breakfast.
Yeah.
Anyone who
so-
got above a 9.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Oh, I got an 8
Oh.
too.
So
Oh,
what,
no.
Kazeel? Kazeel and Pixrin?
How about
Okay.
Zavar?
Yeah, anything. I know I did. I don't know if anyone else. I know
did.
Pixar
I got a
did.
14.
Okay. If you're rolling insight, if you're trying to see if she's lying.
I swear, if you say your mom at the end of all this, it was your mom. It was the.
I
Um,
mean,
anyone that got
Seal's
above
mom even like.
anyone that got above a 9,
Mhm.
yes, she's lying.
Picture's not gonna. Picture's not gonna say anything. She's gonna keep eating. She's not.
She's lying about she was definitely not telling the full truth about the very last thing that she said.
Mhm.
Everything, the other stuff before that, she has seemed very truthful.
What was the last thing she said? Oh no.
About the founders being
Oh, okay.
involved.
About what?
The founders
Founders of the
Oh,
library.
the founders.
Oh, no.
being involved in putting the Great One to sleep.
Refresh my knowledge on Dim Glimped history. Dim Glimped was created to be a safe place for mages facing persecution in the material
Hey.
plane.
Yes.
And then the business with the Great One happened after the fact, after the Mage
After-
War.
Yes. After the first Mage War, yes. The first Mage War happened because they couldn't agree on how to formulate the plane and how to govern it. Who would be in power and who wouldn't. So the ones more powerful fought against the ones who weren't as powerful. In the end, it was kind of, as far as I can tell, it wasn't exactly a win-lose situation, but more just they got tired of fighting and just kind of tried to work together. A little strained, but tried. And I mean, they all came from the material plane, which is the way that I understand ruled in a similar fashion. People disagreeing on how things should be done and still finding a way to work together. So they tried that here.
You was willing.
And the Great One formed and was never ceasing in their search for power.
Okay.
And at first it seemed usable, but in the end it wasn't. So the Great One was put to sleep, and a prophecy was told that at a certain time it could be awoken, and how to do that.
So the Great One really only is only really considered as like a deity, a god after the fact. It was just it was a tool beforehand. Or am I misinterpreting that?
It was a person.
Who?
Say checking that. Go on.
Magdalene. This it sounds like you know the Great One and how dangerous it is. We have a real stake in finding a way to make sure it doesn't get awoken. Part of why we're asking you to take us where you're taking us. We want to save them Glint and the Prime, Ren's world, your world. Our only weapon in this is knowledge. And I know you're holding back a bit. When I asked you earlier, you shared the truth, but you held some back. Give us the best weapon we have in stopping this for you, for Ren, for all your loved ones, and all the innocents. Knowledge. Please share what you know.
A persuasion check, Kazil. I know. I don't know why I asked you to roll, but
Well,
I
I
got
mean,
a-
sometimes. No, sorry.
Oh, I got a 15 on the insight for her saying it was a person. Great One was
oh,
a
okay. I
person.
didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't catch that you were doing that. Yes, that's true. Partially.
She's all. Just gonna
Human
slightly
from the
face
waist down.
palm herself because. You see?
So
Well,
what was your persuasion, Kazil?
I rolled a 12, which is a 26.
Of course.
Yay!
This character is basically Dan.
Uh,
You know who it was and the other information you held back. Oh, yes.
Do you mean it? Are you really? She looks around the group. Are you really going to stop it?
The most serious look I can. Genuine. We're gonna give everything we can. We've got a shot.
What are you asking me exactly?
To arm us with knowledge. I don't seem like maybe you knew who it was or what more about its origin. And when we asked you about if it was the founders or if you knew who it was that were the people caring for it, like that caretakers, I know you held back there as well. If you give us this information, it arms us with information we can pursue to unravel. It's all mystery to us right now. Oh, the Great One. But if you break it down, we have leads we can follow to trace back its origin, maybe how to stop it, maybe how to undo it entirely, so no one has to worry about it again.
It's a lot. In the Northern Crown, we've had for a while prophecy of sorts that there come a time that a generation would seek to stop the Great One and would help stop the library and help stop the Great One. That prophecy is the... She kind of looks around at everyone. I think it's you.
We're at your breakfast table. Help us.
Oh, I mean, it was your ancestors, right? that
Okay.
traveled with the Great One before he was the Great One.
That's what we've been told. Well, not so much that they traveled with him, but that our forefathers
You all,
Ancestors.
they all,
were
They
part
all-
of the library.
yes. And you helped
Mm.
create the library with the Great One before he was the Great One.
Whose names were missing? I'll look back over like at Tegan because Tegan keeps notes.
There's
we
a lot of
had-
names on that list.
We
No,
But there were
we
there were
had
two that in
one.
the
No,
tower thing that was
he's he was part of the founding. That was before he sought more power. That was when they thought he was manageable.
Hmm.
I-
whose name was crossed out on that island. Maybe you've seen it, Magdalene. Just inside the trap door, there was names written, but well, there was some scratched out or some
I don't
that
think
weren't
there
in
was.
there. There were two.
I
Oh,
think we just saw
fear-
our
no, there were two,
names.
except Agnes, Owlpin, and Athera, whoever it was.
Agnes Halpin, that's
Ethel.
Was it either of them?
Ethel Alpin is.
No.
Alpin is the one
No,
currently
it
controlling
was
the library.
someone closer.
What's the name, Magdalene? Help us.
I don't know if you want to know yet.
What?
I
That's not going to
cast-
help us.
Well, I think maybe we
as
should.
far as wanting
yeah.
answers, but
We're beating up
I'm-
Magdalene here. I think we should.
Is it because that
I'm-
it's somebody that we know
I cast silence over the table.
today?
Jesus.
Fuck you.
wait, do we get like a check for
I'm trying
that?
to have a goddamn conversation here.
Is there a check for that, or does you just do
Wait,
that?
just yeah.
I,
No sound can be created within or passed through a 20-foot radius sphere. So on a point, choose within range. And just entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage while entirely
Was I even there for the list to begin with? Because I don't remember the list. I don't know if I was even there for that. So I have no idea what half of y'all are talking about. So I have to like
Oh,
good job.
that,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cast that and
definitely
then-
like rude.
and sending
yeah.
to her.
Okay.
I'll tell you, Melissa.
Okay, so y'all have
Yeah.
silence on the table. Suddenly.
I cast sending to Magdalene saying
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Okay. I was like, saying what? Okay.
Oh, they're doing whispers. Okay, Melissa.
Yeah, wait.
Okay.
So when we had our big meeting with the library that went to crap, their big pitch to get us to join them
Okay.
was basically showing us a hall of portraits that showed each of our ancestors and said that each of our ancestors, and I mean all of us, like including Junie the ancestor and Zavar's, like we all had
So fucking
ancestors who helped form the library.
Yeah, your mother
And
or
and-
ancestor.
yeah, and I wrote them all
Etheria.
down. We were able to connect them all. There was a
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was one for you too. But yeah, basic. And so what Magdalene just informed us was that they were also the handlers for the Great One, I guess, is what we just found out. But we don't know which one is the Great One. I think.
I'll drop
Is
silence.
that what we're trying to figure out?
Oh,
And the group of you would have seen Magdalene nod twice.
Can I roll Arcana on what I just saw transpire?
Sure.
I mean, we all knew we were silenced, right?
I
Because
mean,
Right.
you, if you try to talk, you wouldn't be able to. You can't hear. You're deafened.
did we see Kazil? Like, does he?
No,
is it,
you.
what's
he,
the
Hmm.
you didn't-
components
you
to the
didn't.
spell?
You didn't. It is verbal.
Mhm. And somatic.
Yeah.
With my hands moving.
I mean, you can make a
So,
perception check to see, or what's your
I-
passive perception, Gerbil?
My passive perception is 12. I have a passive insight of 16. What?
What did you say, Renarius? Go ahead.
I got a 14 on Arcana. Would I be able to discern that there was some sort of magical communication happening
With your
between the two
studies,
of them?
with your studies, you would know that. I would say that you would be able to recognize silence, or be able to deduct that what was cast was silence. Other than that, you just saw Magdalene nod a couple of times.
Because you said you dropped it, right?
Yeah.
I did. Yep.
Okay, what the fuck was that?
Sorry. I'm gonna fix myself in my seat, and as I do, I'm casting Sending to Gerbil. And I'll send you a quick message, Gerbil. I'm so sorry. It's so secret.
Magdalene looks really solemn. She'll kind of reach
Um,
down and like scritch Mags in between the ears.
Mrs. White in the library with the candlestick. Judy's not even here for all this. I just realized.
No, Junie's upstairs.
Oh,
In fact,
no.
actually, Juniper, did you go out on the deck upstairs, Juniper?
Oh, yeah.
Or?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, she's not getting. She doesn't want to look at the ocean, the giant graveyard.
Okay, where'd
with
you
all of
go?
her
Where'd
friends
Juniper
in it.
go?
She went
We were in the
overboard.
kitchen. She went back to her room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, she's just like threw herself on her cot or whatever plush bed she's got, and talking to Blackberry.
Okay. And Ingot, y'all would have saw Ingot go upstairs, up the stairs to the top deck.
Oh.
Do you need me
Of
to?
course.
I'm sorry. Tegan was right. I know we're rushing. We do want the answers, but I sense that perhaps I overstepped. We were all getting a bit too
You don't want to start it.
motivated. You're right. I saw her expression, and fairly insightful. I saw Magdalene's expression, feeling a bit of
Insight
discomfort there.
check.
No.
I got a
That's so
3.
exciting.
Doesn't matter.
Sick. Hold on.
I
Because
can't
Lucifer's gonna
can't
be
fail
like the
against that. I'm
fuck.
sorry.
All I'm
No.
saying is
Nothing.
Magdalene here she may know things but she doesn't know if she's free to tell us these things. I think we should meet with the bright ones in the Northern Crown, and I would be very uncomfortable if I was in Magdalene's position of what to reveal and what not to reveal.
I looked at you, Kazeel. Did you want me to leave? I can go up to top deck if you need some privacy with your friends.
Could you give us just a wee bit of time?
Sure. I'll go up top. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I can use
Kind
another
of like
set of
look
gerbils.
unsure at everyone. Just give a nod and just kind of like quit, like grab a book off of one of the end tables and start going up the steps.
Okay, I'm gonna wait see if Gerbil has a reply, and then I've got a thing I'll do.
Juniper, you hear a knock on your door? Oh,
What?
I'm sorry, Juniper. This is Magdalene. I think your friends are having a meeting.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know. Okay. And you'll hear her kind of go up the steps to the top deck.
I suppose crying about it isn't going to make this place any better, anyways. Come on, Blackberry. He's going to wipe his little cheeks. And yeah, I'll go back to the kitchen. So far, whatever you
Kazeel.
gave me to drink was oof, sorry.
Someone's staring at you very intently, Kazeel.
You've
Hi.
prepared such
I'm
a wonderful meal for us. Thank you again.
Aye, lad. It's my pleasure.
What in the nine hells is going on here?
Look kind of over at Tegan and over to Gerbil and over to Renarius and back to Gerbil. Just let me carefully inform everyone. Just a moment. And I'm going to go down the line using so many spell slots descending at higher levels.
Oh, that bitch.
But I'm going to stop just before Renarius, who'll be the last. For right now, I'm going to share the same message, which I'll say out loud at this point because we're here. Roughly, the dragon said the lot is tied to the end of the world. It's in his blood, and that we should kill him. Wait where he stands. The vision I had with the heart showed me a madman filled with rage and frustration, carving out his own heart. It was Sim. Didn't you know what to do? I've spoken to just a couple of you. I don't even want anything to happen to the lad, but I worry if we share and Sim has some failsafe in place, I worry it might take the lad over. I think his goal is the lad, his body a vessel. It's his ancestor. How do we share this with him and keep him safe? You can reply to this.
These eggs really are delicious.
I know, lad. I know.
Hey.
Wipe it tear away.
Does Gerbil like pick up that like Kazil is like casting sending to everybody one at a time at this point?
Probably because I'm not. I mean, I'm trying. Yeah, because I think I tried to preface it, so I would be like, I'm just gonna.
So, because yeah, as Zavar and myself have not heard some of this, can you tell me that again, but just the short version, because I missed some names in there. Sorry, no. Sorry, I'm asking you, Dan, because I had trouble.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I just had trouble understanding.
Okay, the dragon
Sorry.
said you should kill Renarius right now where he stands.
Oh. Jesus.
Because he.
Oh, God. Oh, no. The
No, I
ladder
didn't get that
almost
the
did
first
it.
time.
No.
The ladder.
Well,
almost
Kazil
killed
was
him.
saying lad, so
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
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 So
He said you should kill Renarius right now where he stands because he is tied to the destruction of everything. And then when I had the vision of that mad person filled with rage and everything cutting out their own heart, that was his ancestor Sim. And it tried to phase me and kind of, partially take me over and run my brain. And so the concern is it wants to use his descendant, Renarius. He's got the heart, probably wants to take over Renarius. I didn't want to tip him off, like in case the Sim is like
So
has some fail safe built into Renarius and we say something and then something
Don't
terrible
trigger it.
happens. But I also didn't want to not tell Renarius. This is our beautiful lad.
as we tell everybody, but Renarius.
Yeah,
Renarius
I know.
sees a lot of awkward looks getting.
Everyone just
right
like looks at Renarius
Kazil-
in turn, like one
I have
after another.
failed every insight and every perception check I've made this game.
Oh,
Do you
Renarius.
want my inspiration?
as soon as
Amazing.
Gerbil, would see Kazil doing the sending train. Gerbil would kind of like make eye contact with Tegan, kind of shrug, and then just kind of Gerbil would set Tulip and tell Tulip to go, chill with Renarius. She's likes you. She's liking you better. I want you two to get along. She likes eggs. and I'll let
Bring over
Tulip
some
hang with
more eggs for
Renarius.
Renarius. Here you go, lad. Some pancakes and
Is
some
Tulip
eggs.
scarred from our last encounter?
No, actually, Tulip's doing okay. She will kind of
Aw.
go over to you and kind of, get close to you.
Do you truly like eggs? Is that cannibalism? I'm not quite sure how.
I mean, you're not eating griffin eggs, are you?
Mm.
He looks at Kazil as Kazil's like concentrate. You're not cooking griffin eggs. That seems like
I don't even know what tape they are. But I am listening to see if anyone has a reply to that. Like, do we tell them what do we do? Have anything?
Picture. I had to put it back in. I have been like
Mm.
blowing my nose so much I took it out for a little bit, but I put it back in as soon as it closed up.
Oh,
Picture is gonna stop for like half a second. Just gonna set everything down real quietly on the table. How long have you known this? She'll answer back.
Oh, okay. Check. I'll check off another spell slot.
how many of these can you do?
Breakfast was exhausting.
No, I've got sweat coming down.
I mean-
my forehead now.
I mean, we
I've got
could
sweat.
Hey,
we could ask Renarius to cast the tiny
No.
hut, because you can't hear anything outside
Uh,
the hut, but that would be kind of awkward.
that'd be a little.
Yeah.
That'd be
that's not gonna confuse Renarius at all.
Just however many hours since the dragon fight, I shared it with Gerbil on the island. I shared with Tegan last night. And then today I was going to try and sort it out with everyone else. I don't even want anything bad to happen to the lad. But also don't want to keep him in the dark. But maybe 12 hours now or so.
Zavar would like to have a response if Pixrin's done.
Well,
Am I gonna get kicked?
it seems to be our running thing of like.
Ah.
Just carry on. If I say something now, I'll probably regret it in character.
Nice.
I don't want to meta.
Well, then, Zavar, I'll reply back. Kazil, I appreciate you finally sharing this. I feel that as we have all grown together, we should all share the danger together, including the information to Renarius.
Look over and nod. Well, listen. in
Gerbil's
case anyone
keenly aware of like everybody's facial reaction.
Shh, nice, nice.
She's like,
Mhm.
I'm going to get to you in a moment, lad. Just want to get a tally of where we are with everyone. Do we? Do I continue? And I'm saying this out loud, of course. Now, is it time for me to share, or are there any precautions first?
He
To
should have been the first
safeguard.
person that you told.
Not if he was gonna die.
That's
Oh,
not.
if it-
You just. You just.
Did he-
Look,
I was almost taken over.
but you were holding a cursed item in a box
When an ancient
that you'd been
dragon
carrying
says-
around. That you'd been carrying around for a while.
Am I
Aye.
the only one that
But
hasn't
listen-
carried around a cursed item? What?
I think so. But you have to admit, an ancient dragon is wise and.
We don't know
beyond
anything
our
about the
understanding.
dragon.
Well, it's a common it's common knowledge. Ancient dragons are very wizened
Look.
and
I'll tell you what I told the library. I don't give a rat's ass about our ancestry. We are not our ancestors. We are our own people.
all right. I just asked then, any precautions, anything we should do to for their safety?
Nope.
Renarius pet
I
tulip.
trust Renarius.
Lad,
Mm-hmm.
there's a
Petty
few things you
tulip.
need to know.
Your parents
Um,
are getting a divorce.
Oh, nice.
Aw.
Oh,
Sorry.
my
Jesus.
goodness.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
when the dragon was getting ready to leave, they shared some concerning news that they felt that if there were any hope for the world as we know it, basically, that you should be killed. That heart belongs to your ancestor. Gave me a vision of them carving out their own heart full of anger and hatred, and that was your ancestor as well. I think that they said it's in your blood, whatever is needed. I think that the Ancient One is going to be brought back through you. No, I found that out yesterday. Only reason I didn't want to tell you is I was worried there might be some fail-safe triggered or something else that would harm you. I want to talk with everyone first and see how to approach it with you. But there you have it. Are you feeling all right? What can I answer for you?
What is there to feel? If anything, it connects some dots. Why those at Fairweather were so interested in me? Why every time I'm recognized by the library or its associates, I get a keen set of eyes upon me. A knowing of a secret that I never do.
Magdalene,
This is a heavy weight, but I'm not quite sure what to make of it.
we'll carry it with you, lad. I hope you know.
I do appreciate that.
Use better pants, Olivia.
You are not alone.
Don't do that.
If you ever feel anything strange or changes or voices or anything, let us know, please, right away, so we can help you.
Oh, what? Those eggs.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Um,
so good.
There's one more thing to share that ties this together that Magdalene just shared with me, and that's that your ancestor Sim is in fact the Great One. They're the one that became the Great One.
I wonder how much my family knew of that whole situation, because My father was against me to studying the arcane. My family, most of all of my family, tried to persuade me to enter into trade skills instead of studying magic. It seems to make sense. Why I would have no knowledge, no heritage of such a seemingly great man.
Sorry, lad.
No,
This is troubling news, but it's tempered by newfound knowledge, and that makes it palatable.
now, Renarius,
Yes.
just because he was your ancestor, that's not what makes you you.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay. Just people are interested in you for who you are.
You all are interested in me for who I am. Others are interested in me for what I am. May I be a vessel for a greater evil upon this world.
Do you truly believe that?
No, I'm saying if I should be a vessel to bring about the destruction, the end of whatever.
Ah,
I pray that you would know the real me, and that you would liberate the real me from whatever I become.
I mean,
you have my blessing to do so.
we don't know. Is it going to come to that?
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real. There's still a hell of a lot we don't know.
right.
Well, of course.
I mean,
let's not jump to conclusions.
hey, I mean, we still don't know Kazil's whole deal. Is he immortal? Is he not? Is he his own father? Is he his own son? I don't know. We're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You're in the right company, lad. I hope it doesn't even come to that, but understand the concern. I wouldn't even want to be taken over and murdered on people and have no one there to take me out of that situation. So it's a promise. But I'll also promise we'll do everything we can so that never comes about. We'll save you if we can.
You know, Renarius, there's something to consider when we were spoken to very much about how our destiny was supposed to join the library. If anything, now I feel that I take comfort in imagining that our destiny was to surround you and to give you a support and friendship and skills and people that will be concerned for you at this time. I don't know what else you're thinking, but I hope that you can keep that with you, because I know that as far as I feel, I think we're in this all together now, and whatever happens, it will be all or nothing at this point.
Your companionship is appreciated. And it is something I tend to take for granted to be surrounded by such good people.
I don't know
Despite
about
the-
that.
Despite the rash decisions we sometimes make, I believe you all to be good people.
Montage of our disastrous mistakes.
You don't talk about me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fiery City crashing in.
Sure, Polo, come with us as we tackle the giant evil empire. You sweet, humble little mouse.
It's gonna be so sad that Rhaenyra isn't a vampire,
vampire?
by now. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. We've got your back, lad. Soda Pixel, please.
I'm so stiffly. I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate that.
We'll make sure he
Look
has
at
a
Bobby.
choice. That's all.
When it comes down to what it may come down to, I may no longer have a choice. The choice will be yours.
I'll stray. I'll, if nobody else is going to make that choice, if it ever comes down to it, and you have allowed us to make that choice, I'll be the bad guy. Still have our friendship.
I'm sorry,
Everything
what
we've
was
been-
that last bit?
You still have our friendship, man.
Joe just wanted you to say it louder.
I mean,
No, I legit
Yeah.
couldn't hear it.
shoot.
I appreciate that.
Flags.
You've all become family to me. And no matter what happens, so long as I am in control of me,
Wait
you
a
will be
minute.
cherished.
Insight check.
Oh
No,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
Oh man,
Uh,
He wants to make sure he doesn't
Oh
like,
my-
you know.
just when we were all getting
Yo,
along.
let's
I
go.
Because he just wants to make sure there's no
Sure.
baddie inside wearing Renarius right
Oh no!
now.
To
You
be
know?
fair, Gerbil's still just like,
Insight.
isn't Kazeel the one who's this weird immortal being that we don't know
Mm.
how that happens? That
Yes.
seems very great, Woody.
Yeah.
And yet-
26 in case that is anything I have to revolt against.
Yeah, telling the
Kazeel's
truth,
Rhaenyra's dad.
Rhaenyra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank goodness. It's maybe just Dan's DM brain. It's like, please don't be wearing a Renarius suit.
Oh.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Oh God.
Joe's been playing the long
Mm.
con.
Right? I wish Joe's really good.
Joe-
really
Like,
good actor. So
before-
I
Before the campaign even had a title, Steph DM'd him. It was like, hey,
I could see this happening. Yeah.
Joe went to
So,
Disneyland and Joe
here's-
didn't come back.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
the great one did. Oh no, the
I
great
had a
Mickey
great
Mouse.
time.
Great was Mickey Mouse, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So anyway, who wants seconds?
At this
Coming right
time,
up.
you hear kind of a couple of footsteps on the stairs coming down from the top deck. I'm and Magdalene's head pokes in. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think I see a ship, and that's where we end tonight's session.
Oh, that's so bad.
All right, so thank you, players, for this dramatic
Oof.
session. My
Mhm.
goodness.
Let's
Um,
keep coming.
And thank you, viewers,
Those
for
are fun.
watching. We appreciate y'all so much. We'll
Turn
go
around.
over our
Mhm.
schedule here really quick. You've been watching The Forsaken, which is every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Mad Game with Dano and friends throughout the week. Are we still doing Stardew tomorrow morning, Dan? With
Oh,
Dano
yeah.
and friends? So Dano and friends tomorrow morning, Stardew action time. Wednesday, we have Mad Indie Game Time with myself and Dan at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Drawing Dan on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm teaching Dan how to draw. Thoughts and prayers. On Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time is our newest show, Paint by Minis, with myself and Christy, where Christy's teaching me the ins and outs of mini painting. And then also on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is Mad Bird Squawks, where Dan sits down with some players and DMs and just asks them about their process. Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time is Mad Art with Stuff, where I work on some art for the channel, or work on some sketches for the different campaigns. Saturdays we have 2 D&D games, one at 6 p.m. Tower of Dreams and one at 10 p.m. Eastern Time in Extremis. And on Sundays we have Learning Blender with Stuff at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Mad Games at Dusk at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and the Obsidian Scar, which is back in full glory. We had a great episode last night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's it. Dan, do we have someone to read over to?
Do our friends at -1 charisma.
All right, let's go over there and also check out our Patreon. We got a lot of stuff going on over there. Movie nights coming up for our $20 and up tiers. And yeah, we'll see you then. So give a caw in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.